Hello and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexandria Amambo, and I am the Alumni Engagement Manager for the Tony Elumelu Foundation. Today, I have with us two TEF alumni, Dennis Muturu from Kenya and Dennis Dawn from South Sudan. They'll be joining us today to walk you all through the process of how to apply for the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. So today's presentation, they're going to tell you a little bit about the foundation, about our program, some of the benefits of joining the program, and a step-by-step guide of how to actually go from registration, application to submission, and answering any questions that you might have towards the end of the presentation. So thank you everyone for joining. And without further ado, I'll hand over to Dennis and Dennis to explain. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. We appreciate your effort and endeavorness in achieving our goal of Africanity. Thank you. First of all, I'm Dennis Dawn. I represent TEF in South Sudan, and my role is as a TEF leader. And currently, I'm running a consulting firm called Commerce Consult. It has all been possible through TEF Foundation, which is in full Tony Elumelu Foundation based in Lagos, Nigeria. So this is basically about me. Apart from being author and etc., being ambassador of TEF etc. So this is a brief introduction about me. Dennis Dawn, based in South Sudan. My role in the TEF Foundation is hub lead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis Dawn. And Dennis Muturu, you can just do a brief introduction of yourself, and then we'll go straight into the presentation.
Thank you, Alex, and welcome everyone. My name is Dennis Muturu. I'm the TEF hub lead in charge of Kenya, and I'm also the CEO and founder of Africa Logistics Limited, a company that was established in the year 2016, and I've been a beneficiary of the Tony Elumelu Foundation in the year 2017. Right now, we have created impact because of the financing that we received from TEF, and I'm currently employing 11 people, and I've grown my company from 2 employees since 2015, and right now we have 11 staff, and the majority of them are married, young people. So I welcome you all on board. This is a great journey. TEF has been my life. Tony Elumelu has been a personal mentor, and I believe that one day I'm going to be just like you. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much, Dennis. And thank you so much, Dennis Dawn and Dennis Muturu. So now we'll go straight into the presentation. So just give me a few seconds to share my screen. Okay, so Dennis Dawn, over to you to start us off.
Yeah, once again, thank you for the golden opportunity once again. Whoever is there, it is really very important to know how to apply. But there's also something that I want to tell you about Tony Elumelu Foundation. This is a foundation which stands for African Value in terms of economical and social development, targeting youths in the 54 African countries. You could be an African, live in the United States, Canada, UK, any part of the world, you are as well eligible. So this is the brief foundation. This is a brief introduction before we go over and look and see what is required and how to apply. The foundation has built a very good application, which is mostly done online, and including the training and everything is online. So we are going to go briefly about what actually you can do and how you can apply. First of all, you have to have a computer or a smartphone and a good internet.
Sorry, Dennis Don. I just wanted to just highlight, if you could just tell us a little bit more about the foundation and the program first before we go into the how to apply. So we have here just a brief overview about the foundation. If you could just take us through that, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, let us look more about the overview of the foundation. Actually, Tony, the TEF Foundation has actually been running for some times now, and it has been supporting a lot of African youths in terms of innovation, agricultural sectors, social development, science and technology, research, and in almost all of the entrepreneurship field. So there's something that I just want to make it short, because the most important thing is you get to know about the foundation more after succeeding, because there's a process. You apply, you qualify, you are shortlisted, and then after that you complete the program. So basically, about the review about the foundation, is actually a champion of something called, I term it as Africanacity, a champion making sure that Africa should be able to help itself. So our father, Tony, is the founder of this foundation, and he's a Pan-Africanist who is working in connection with other donors to make sure that this foundation reach its goal of fighting poverty and empowering people in education sectors, where we shall end up eradicating poverty in Africa. So as we believe the goal of eradicating poverty and making sure that we catalyze the social and economical development by 2030. So this is basically about the foundation. If Dennis can add some, it would be also be very, very good.
Yeah, thank you, Don. The Total Foundation was founded in the year 2010, as I already stated, but started funding entrepreneurs in the year 2015. And the Total Foundation is about the threshold to fund 1,000 entrepreneurs every year for a period of 10 years. So we believe, like since 2015, the Total Foundation has identified startups in all the 54 African countries. And every year we select 1,000 entrepreneurs across the 54 countries. Total is looking at investing $100 million in entrepreneurs and startups for the next 10 years since 2015. This will have a great impact because this deal is to get 10,000 startups in a period of 10 years, create 1 million jobs, and also generate 10 billion in revenue through this business. So each year, the foundation has a program which selects entrepreneurs to participate in a holistic training program, which is designed to equip them with business management skills to provide them with the capital and mentorship required to launch and run successful businesses.
Yeah, thank you very much. Alex, are you with me?
Yes, I am here.
Yes. And
So if you could just share a little bit about, what the impact of the foundation has been so far in the last 7 years, since we've started in 2015.
Okay, can I take that up for now?
Yes, go ahead, Dennis. Turo, you can kind of share your thoughts on this.
Yeah, the foundation so far has funded over 9,000 young African entrepreneurs across the 64 countries. And through this program, they are continuing to build capacity and support, give advisory and market linkages to over 1 million Africans through the digital networking platform called TEF Connect. So the beneficiaries are growing, actually trade-based businesses that directly and indirectly create jobs and means of livelihood in the community. We are supporting 17 sustainable development goals, SDGs as we call them, and we are committed to achieving the United Nations 2030 agenda for sustainable development. So beyond the impact of the Tony Foundation, we continue to advocate and propagate the more distinct and sustainable narrative of African youth entrepreneurship as a solution to unlocking the continent's potential.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Turo. Okay, so what we're going to go on to is next is, we're going to talk more about what are the specific benefits of joining the Tony Aluminum Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. So I'm going to move on to that. And Dennis, Don, if you can let us know about what are the 7 pillars of the Tony Aluminum Foundation Entrepreneurship Program.
yes, actually, let me explain one by one. The 7 pillars of Tony Aluminum Foundation. The TAF Business Foundation is actually a fundamental, is one of the fundamental pillars where it is designed specifically to meet the current African environment, business situation. Then in the training aspect, based on the experience and the talent of the experts who are in conjunction with the Tony Aluminum Foundation, this business management training is one of its kind. Then the other one is mentoring. This mentoring keeps the chain of understanding the principles and the current affair of business globally, not only in Africa. Then the TEF Connect gives you that ability to be in touch electronically. Actually, the TEF Connect, it acts partly as an online marketing or a social media platform like Twitter, and its main aim is to make sure that the entrepreneurs who are within the foundations are connected and attached, and they keep engaging each other. Then we have the meetups. The meetups actually has been mingled in a way that most of these entrepreneurs, they linked up via social media like the Telegram and etc. Then the other pillars, which is called the TEF Entrepreneurship Forum. This forum actually updates the current phenomena in the business sectors, whether you're in the medicine, field of research, engineering, name them. Then the seed capital is actually not important to me. Because if you have, for example, the training, the mentoring, the TEF Connect, the meets, there are so many people that have known that they never succeeded in the 2017, 2018, 2019. But because they gain what we call the brain capital or the knowledge itself, they were able to tackle, they were able to pitch their businesses to investors around the world without the seed capital. So here in the 7 pillars of the Tony or the TEF Foundation, which is the seed capital actually is a support, is an appreciation from the foundation just to help you. Your business could worth $50,000 US. But the most important thing here, they're saying, thank you. Get this 5,000. make use of it. As I repeat again, tough business management training, very essential about this seed capital. The mentoring itself, the Tough Connect, which acts as a social media platform, then the Meetup, and then the Tough Entrepreneur Forum. Then the list here is the money, which is the seed capital funding given by the foundation after the completion or after qualifying, shortlisted, completing the training, then giving them requirement as required by the foundation, then this money normally is wired to your bank account. Then last but not least, normally if you finish a college degree or certificate degree, you join a certain club, which is called the Alumni Network. And this club actually, within the TAF, make sure that the members who have benefited from the TAF Foundation keep engaging themselves, keep asking the question or the problems that they have always wanted to be solved. So, ladies and gentlemen, these 7 pillars, as I repeat, the most important thing is the 5th one. Because to become aluminum, you might have succeeded, completed. But even though you fail to succeed, but you have undergone through this 4 or 5, then you are good to go. And I believe you will be the most successful person in terms of business or whatever you call it, entrepreneurship. So I hand it over to Alex. This is briefly about what you have just given me.
Yes, thank you so much, Dennis Don. You spoke with such passion, and gave us a brief overview of the 7 pillars of the Tony Alumni Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. So we're basically going to go into a little bit more detail of some of the things that you've explained. One by one, we'll go through it and explain to our audience here today, a little bit more about the business management training, a little bit more about what type of mentoring they should expect to experience throughout the program, an understanding of what is TEF Connect and how can I utilize this platform to help me engage and connect with other entrepreneurs across the continent. How can I join the different meetups available to me? What is the TEF Entrepreneurship Forum? A little bit more about the seed capital funding and also alumni network. So just firstly, for the business management training. So the business management training is a 12-week training, and it's designed to equip startups with the basic skills they need to launch and run their business at an early stage. It covers a lot of different topics, including how to scale a business, how to develop, how to market your business, how to get your finances in order, all of the different topics that you would need to kind of kickstart and develop your business are provided through the business management training that the foundation offers. The entrepreneurship training for this program takes place online as on our proprietary platform, TEF Connect, which Dennis Don has, kind of briefly giving you an overview of. And this is a networking platform. So during the training, entrepreneurs will be able to go through bespoke training that's catered to their unique level of understanding in terms of business. This training also has a part of it called the TOE way, which is where you as an entrepreneur will be able to understand the core business values of our founder, Mr. Tony Alumni. Moving on to mentorship. So mentorship for the entrepreneurship program is broken down into 2 phases. The first is peer-to-peer coaching. So during the course of the program, each entrepreneur will be matched with a coach with whom they will be able to exchange ideas, tips, and then also kind of ask any type of questions that they may have or may come up during the online training. Then after and upon successful completion of the program, the foundation will then match each entrepreneur with a seasoned mentor who will be responsible providing them with strategic guidance as they embark on their entrepreneurship journey. So all of our mentors are very seasoned and they're very familiar with the business landscape in Africa, and they'll be able to provide you as entrepreneurs with invaluable experience to help guide you through your business, the development of your business. The next part of the program is the pitching competition. So this is a new part of the program. So the pitching competition is where entrepreneurs who have successfully gone through the training will be able to develop a pitch presentation where they'll be defending their business ideas. So it's an opportunity for you as an entrepreneur to demonstrate that you fully grasp the training and that you'll be able to share with the foundation what your business is all about and why the seed capital will be able to help you to bring your ideas to life. So this takes place at the end of the program, and those who are successful through the pitching competition will be eligible for seed capital. So entrepreneurs that have successfully passed around, as I mentioned, will be able to receive $5,000 non-returnable seed capital, which is a grant. The seed capital is going to be calculated based off of the Central Bank of Nigeria's official Naira equivalent value on the date of the selection of the program. And as Dennis Dunn has highlighted, the whole idea behind the seed capital is to basically support your idea. So yes, we've trained you, yes, we provided you with mentorship, but we also want to fund this idea and give you the kickstart that you need so that you'll be able to bring your idea to life. So the TEF Entrepreneurship Forum. So at the end of the program, the foundation every year organizes an annual TEF Entrepreneurship Forum. And this forum brings together dedicated world-class, it's a dedicated world-class event that brings together key persons from across the global entrepreneurship ecosystem. So I think both Dennises have been able to participate in past forums, but essentially it's a great networking opportunity for entrepreneurs to be able to meet your fellow entrepreneurs that participated with the program, and then also meet up with other alumni, connect with different stakeholders within the entrepreneurship ecosystem, build, establish partnerships, learn. All things happen at the forum. Because of the COVID-19 crisis, unfortunately in 2020, we were unable to have a forum, but hopefully this year we'll be able to host our forum. The channel through which we'll host the forum is still to be announced, but it's set to be great and will be one of the largest gatherings of African entrepreneurs. So the alumni network. So once you have gone through the training, received your mentor, been matched with your mentor, received your seed capital, gone through the forum, then you officially graduate into the TEF Alumni Network. So the TEF Alumni Network is a vibrant community of over 9,000 entrepreneurs from across the continent. And today we have with us two of our TEF Hub leads who are one of our star alumni who have been very active and engaged within the foundation. So we've created this alumni network because we feel that, after you receive everything, after you're trained, you receive money, we still want to keep connected and engaged with you. We want to keep you connected with your fellow alumni, and we want to track your progress. So this is why we created this network. And I think both Dennises can attest to the fact that this has been an opportunity to connect, learn, grow, and continue to develop as you grow in your entrepreneurship journey. So also, one of the activities that you can look forward to as an alumni is access to business development tools, access to meetups where you'll be able to engage and connect with entrepreneurs within your local entrepreneurship ecosystem, opportunities to engage and connect. We try as much as possible to keep you connected. And I think Dennis, you joined in 2017, and now you're a TEF Hub lead, and you still remain heavily engaged and connected with all of the entrepreneurs in Kenya till date. So I think that it's a testament to the types of bonds that we've been able to create with the TEF Alumni Network that stand the test of time. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is the TEF Connect platform. So I kind of mentioned it earlier on, but basically it's a foundation's proprietary online platform. So this platform is where you'll be able to connect and engage with thousands or now millions of entrepreneurs across the continent. So this is where the training will take place. And this is where you can get access to learning, get access to trainings, get access to potential networks and partnerships, and potentially investment as well. So now I want to move on to the next part of the presentation, which is how to register. And so for how to register, I'm going to hand over to Dennis Maturo, who's going to walk you with the step-by-step guide of how to register now that you know a little bit more about the foundation and about the program and what we're doing here. So Dennis Maturo, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Alex. So the foundation has decided a way of how we can apply.
Sorry, Dennis, you're a little bit muffled. If you could just speak up a little bit, please.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Then the foundation has come up with a virtual way of getting your application done. And we do this through TEF Connect. This is a platform that Alex has just explained to us that connects all the entrepreneurs within the 54 African countries. So we start by actually going to www.tefconnect.net or tefconnect.com. And once you are on that link, you'll find it will ask you whether you have an email address and a password. So either Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, any kind of email address or your common email address which you can log in into TEF Connect. If you do not have, then you start by registering. So we have the button for logging into TEF Connect, and we have the other button for register here. So if it's your first time, then you have to register. You click on register, and once you click on that button, it will redirect to the second page where you request your name. So you fill in your first name, your second name, your email address, and the password. And again, it will ask you to confirm the same password. So once you do so, then you connect or you log in. Yeah. So the moment you've logged in, or you can change the password, the one you used earlier, you can change it to the preferred password. And you click the box for the private data policy because this is something that is in the law, and we move on. So from there, you can change your language because it asks you whether you speak English, any kind of language, French, because African continent is diverse. So we are countries that speak Spanish, Portuguese, and so on. So you change your language option, and then you register into the platform. Now, joining the platform, you are joining the rest of the African entrepreneurs. Next. Yeah, so an email will be sent to you and notifying you that you have been confirmed. So you click on that email and see you just have it confirmed. And you can even ask it to be sent it yourself, and the foundation will be 24 hours actually send a feedback to you. Once that is done and confirmed, then you click the button down there and you log in into the TEF Connect. So from there now, we'll go straight to the application. You set up your profile. So you start filling up the information with the correct information, your name, and your business. If you do not have a business name, you can jump that and Alex.
Hi, Dennis, you can go ahead. I've changed the screen.
Yeah. So once you are logged in, fully logged in, you can be able to connect to the rest of the class in the TEF Connect. You can select what you from here. You can click on people and you can check what they do, identify yourself with the rest of the team. And this is now with the validation to go on and apply. Most of you have been asking questions. Why is it asking for 2020 validation? It's because in 2020, we were not able to do any applications right. People applied, they went into the foundation for them to do for training, but then because of COVID, that was not done. So 2020 means it's only for the guys who are anything in 2020, and they are supposed to revalidate their application. So I think from there we can now go to how to apply.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dennis Maturo, for taking us through the how to register. So now I'm going to hand over to Dennis Don, if you could walk us through step by step how to apply. So Dennis Don, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much once again. Before we continue with how to apply, I would like to highlight somewhere regarding registration. And all of us know very well that yearly, the TEF Foundation application is always launched in between January to March. But due to COVID, we actually suspended the practice. And I understand a lot of participants, some of them applied, and then some of them were put on preparatory. So in case if you are put on preparatory, then you need to reapply, as Mr. Dennis was, actually saying. So it's very important, if your status or you're put on that category, please reapply. The deadline is still on the 31st. Okay, now let's go how to apply. Normally, for you to apply, you must have first registered. Without you registering, then you cannot apply. Number one, you have to make sure that the email you are using for your application, including registration, must be a valid email that you have full access, so that when they send for you a notification email for activation, then you will be able to access. Because if you just apply with any email, you can't get that one. So ladies and gentlemen, let's work on how to apply. After completing the registration, you'll be taken to the dashboard, where it depends on what type of, whether you're using a phone, a smartphone, or a laptop. So in case you're using a laptop, the difference is very similar. The difference is similar actually. It's the sizing and then the configuration. Within the application, you have to check where it is written apply. As down here. Then the most important thing is that you have to make sure that you fill your valid address in your bio. Then valid telephone.
Sorry, are you able to see the slides?
Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, are you able to see the presentation slides?
Yes, this is actually what I'm working on.
Okay, so I have them presented, so you can just walk through step by step from the screen.
Yes.
Thank you.
So step number one, after registering, then you will be able to see what you are seeing now. Click on applications. Then on application, you select the 2021 TEF flagship program and click apply. If you can see where the mouse is actually. Then on applying, you will have to read more about the program by actually, it's like kind of, it's a policy thing that you need to read over. Then you click. Select the 2021 TEF flag program, click apply, and then make sure that you read about the program by clicking where it is written, read more. Yes, from there, this is where it will be validated. This one it's like a preview. You read about the foundation and simple policy. Then the third one the languages. Some of you, if you are here listening, I was actually walking you through how to apply this one. We have the languages part. If you are good in Arabic, you select Arabic. If you are good in French, you select French, Portuguese, and English. Since this session is for English, then you come and click English. But for those who I was actually trying to help them how to apply, you can also select the option of Arabic as your language. Then after selecting your preferred language, then you need to accept the terms and conditions. Then from there, you need to take more time. The application can take you through what we call tours about this particular application, but it is not very important. You can skip the tour and go direct into what we call guideline for assessment, and kindly read the assessment before clicking next. Then after completion, you continue. Right. Here, after you have already confirmed, this is what you get. You need to verify the name that you have filled in the registration. You can add the middle names, because most of the time when people register, they may not add middle names. But make sure that the name matches with your national ID or passport. It's very important. Then go over and then put the valid telephone number, which is really very important. And the email, make sure that you check the email. If, for example, you have problem with accessing that email, you can also change that email. Then we continue by filling the form, checking all the information, whether they are accurate or they're correct. Where there's a problem, you also adjust. Then you go to the next section. Next. Now here actually is a criteria for qualification, actually a short list. So you need to be careful while doing this personality test. So you click correct information, don't lie. It is very important. It's part of the assessment. Next.
Hi, Dennis. We can't hear you any longer.
Yes, hello. Are you getting me?
Yes, so we missed you. So you just let them know about the personality test, which is basically just an assessment that helps us to know you better. And then we're moving on to the cognitive test. So this is a test where we're basically testing your business acumen. So we'll go on to the next section, which talks more about this cognitive test and how to go through it. So I'll click to the next slide. So please go ahead.
Yes, are you with me?
Yes.
You know,
so right now
normally-
we've completed so they've gone through the personality and cognitive test.
And then, yes.
To complete that. So now we're at the next section.
Yes, you know, the personality test and then the cognitive test. These are the tests that you should not lie. This is the reason why it is actually automatic. You cannot skip it, but don't lie. You give what is reliable. And now here, the last one, which is on 13, is actually a declaration. So you need to fill this one correctly based on what you think it is true. And then we go to 14, which is also the same one. And then you continue where you, some kind of, and then you continue. These are the normal things that does not require any explanation.
Right. So this part, so once you've gone through the entire application and you have been able to take the personality cognitive test, you've registered, then you're going to receive a message from the foundation indicating whether or not you're eligible for the next phase. So you should receive that message, and you also should receive it in your inbox. So that's what this slide is saying. So I want to know, Dennis Muturo, can you take us through the different categories that the entrepreneurs can be placed into after they've gone through this application phase? Thank you so much, Dennis Don, for walking us through that whole step-by-step guide. It was very, very useful. But Dennis Muturo, can you explain the categories, please? And then also what they mean. Thank you.
So once you have registered and applied into this, we have several categories that we place entrepreneurs into. And the first category is the preparatory category, where we need to get an understanding of the business, and where an entrepreneur will likely not be able to follow that training. So those entrepreneurs who are still new into the business, people who are still new with the idea, will fall under this preparatory stage, because we want to know how well you understand your idea, how well you have formatted your business plan. Do you have any a mindset on what you want to do? So we place here and we give you a training on TEF Connect for you to apply. So this entrepreneur will not qualify for that particular year to get into the program. Yeah, but we not reject you completely, because then the next year you can be able to reapply again, or the next year you can be able to reapply into the program. Then we have the entrepreneurs who fall under the startup or beginner. So these entrepreneurs who have some idea, good understanding of the business. Probably they've done something that they've done, whether it's formal or informal, but they're just entrepreneurs. And most of you will be like, I'm happy, I'm running between this, I do that. But we want to focus on one idea that actually is solving a problem in your community, environment, or your country. So we'll go through the beginner module on the platform once to put you under the startup, because you're someone who knows what you want to do. And we have those ones who fall under the intermediate or innovative criteria. And these people already have an understanding of what it takes to run a business. Maybe they run a small business for 1 year, and as we see, we are picking businesses between 0 to 3 years. So probably they run 3 years or 3 years of the business, but they do not have the very good understanding on actually have not really succeeded. So we put you under that intermediate category. So we give you development lessons for you now to know what it takes for you to formally run a business, get a team, employ people, price your product, design your product, if it's a marketing and so forth. So you'll go through the modules of the training where you'll be taught lessons on how your business can formally be run. Then we have those at an advanced stage. Yeah, those who've already actually done something, get a revenue already. So these are people who are like, seasoned entrepreneurs, for example, who are already 3 years into the business. So they'll go through those advanced modules where now we can tell them how do they come up with the identify market for their product. For example, how do they get funding just apart from the Tony Foundation and so forth.
So thank you so much, Dennis, for that explanation. So from what I've heard you say is that there's 4 categories that you can fall into after completing the application phase which is preparatory, startup beginner, innovative intermediate, disruptor advanced. And basically this is based on your business acumen and your understanding of business. So those who fall into the preparatory category will not be eligible to participate in our training in 2021. However, if you fall into any of the other 3 trainings, you'll be eligible to participate in the training. And the training for 2021 in the three categories, there are specified trainings targeted at your different levels. So each person, if you fall into a different category, you're going to have a bespoke training that's catered to your level. So that basically breaks down the different categories. So now we're going to move into FAQ. So these are some of the questions that we received frequently from different applicants across the continent. And so we've collated those FAQ questions here. And I'll just walk through some of them quickly so that we can go ahead and close for today. So the first question is, who is eligible to apply? So African entrepreneurs are eligible to apply for this if you're 18 years or older. So I think Dennis Don mentioned when he started that if you are an African entrepreneur in Canada, in the US, in Germany, or across the globe, but you have a business that's operating within Africa, that serves Africa, you are eligible to apply. You have to be 18 years or older to be able to apply for the program, and your business has to be between 0 and 3 years. Question number 2, is there a registration fee to be paid before TEF application? So there is absolutely no fee to pay if you want to apply for the Tony Olumide Foundation. It's absolutely free. If anybody is asking you to pay before you're able to, before they're able to support you to walk you through the program, this is not sponsored by the foundation, and the foundation does not solicit does not encourage solicitation for funds to walk anyone through the application process. Question number 3, where do I apply? And what's the difference between .com and .net? So if you want to apply for the Tony Olumide Foundation entrepreneurship program, you have to go to www.tfconnect.net. And that's where you will go on to register and apply for the program. So there have been some questions about .net and .com. Both of them are part of our web spaces. So if you go to either of those domains, you will still be led to the application portal so that you can apply. But we advise to go to www.tfconnect.net first and foremost. Question number 4, what is the next step after applying on TF Connect? So once your application has been successfully submitted, you should receive an email from the foundation regarding your next steps after the month of March. I think, Dennis, Don, you mentioned when you were walking through the how-to that once you complete the application, you should receive a notification letting you know that you're eligible to go through the training. If you received an email saying that you fall into the preparatory category, as we mentioned earlier, that means you will not be eligible to go through a training in 2021, but you'll be able to go to tfconnect.com or .net to be able to go through our 12-week training that's available online for everyone. Question number 5, I've experienced some type of technical error while trying to apply to the program. What should I do? So if you are trying to apply to the program and you get an error message, kindly send us an email at info@tfconnect.net with a screenshot of whatever issue that you're facing, and we'll have it resolved immediately. So I'm going to go on to the next questions. I'm going to hand over the next 9 questions to Dennis Don. So Dennis Don, can you please walk us through the next questions and provide us with the answers? Thank you.
Thank you once again, Alex. Dennis, you're there. Okay, on question number 6, which says, tell me about the TEF training. You know, I have my way of explaining. You know, actually, the TEF training is a very robotic type of training, which is done online, basically, to a startup startup entrepreneurs. So this kind of package is normally termed as a startup entrepreneurship, like a mechanic toolbox. So if you're a mechanic, you always have a toolbox. So this is a package for entrepreneurs. This is a definition, or I put it on my way, in my way. So normally, to attend the training, of course, there are certain activities that is normally done. First of all, let's be Africans. You must have the laptop. You cannot just say, I have to have this training without having a laptop. You must either have an iPad or a smartphone and an internet. Because I've been trying to explain this same question, but some people don't understand. But I've realized that when I tell them that when you have a laptop and you are 18 and above, and you have been qualified, shortlisted, then you can get this training. You get that? So about the training, it's very simple. You must have a computer, a smartphone, and a good internet. And on top of that, you should also have an idea. Because if you don't have an idea, then you will not get this training. So for the training, laptop and a smartphone. So it's like a mechanic with a toolbox. So let me go on question 7. I think you guys understood. Oh, you want me to put it a different way? Did you understand?
Yes, so thank you so much,
Let
Dennis.
me continue.
Yes, I like your analogy of the toolkit and you being a mechanic. So definitely the training, it has, everything that you need to be able to kickstart your business.
All right,
but I just want to highlight that the training is self-paced and it's 12 weeks. So the entrepreneur is not, that are going through the training are not stressed to have to, quickly get through it at all the weeks. They can do it at their own pace. And it's very flexible. And like we said, we actually have coaches who are on the sidelines that are there to support you throughout the training. So if you have any questions, anything that you need to be able to get through the training, we have support there for you.
Yes. Yes.
I'll take the next question, which is, can I reapply after being rejected before? So the answer is yes and no. So if you, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I had a bit of a technical glitch there. Apologies for that. So the answer to question number 8, can I reply after being rejected before? So the answer is yes and no. So if you applied in 2020 and you fell in the category of preparatory, you are eligible to reapply in 2021. So we encourage you to go to tfconnect.net to be able to register and reapply for the program. You'll go through the same process that you went through in 2020, where you will go through the personality and cognitive test and you'll be placed in a category. If you applied in 2020 and you were placing the other 3 categories, which is startup, disruptor, or intermediate, then you don't need to reapply for the program. You just need to go through the revalidation process. We have a number of resources available online that kind of walks you through this entire revalidation process and how to do it if you are a 2020 applicant and you fell into the other 3 categories. So revalidation needs to be completed by March 31st, and all successful applicants who have completed the revalidation process will have a communication from the foundation within the first week of April. So moving on to the last two questions, which is if I applied in 2020, can I reapply? So I've already kind of explained that. So I mentioned that if you fall into the preparatory category, you can if you applied into the preparatory category in 2020, you can reapply again. But if you did not fall into that category, there's no need to reapply. You can just go through the revalidation process. Another thing I want to mention that is if you are an alumni who's already gone through the program and receive seed capital, you cannot apply again. That is a big no. You've already benefited from the program and it would be taking away spaces from new applicants who have yet to go through the training and been able to actually benefit from the program. So I just wanted to highlight that. And then the last question is, how can I confirm my eligibility and not reapply? So I kind of mentioned that already. So you should have received, once you completed the entire application process, you should receive a message from the foundation almost immediately letting you know that we've received your application and letting you know about your status. So those are all of the major questions that we typically receive. And I don't know, Dennis, both Dennis's, if you have received any questions that you think that are not covered here that you would like to shed light on and share with the applicants in attendance today.
Yes, Alex, that's a well put. I wanted to highlight something that we have been going through during the application drive. Most applicants come when they do not have an idea how their business name will look like. So before you start your application and you have an idea, please think of what kind of name do you want to give your business. Because this is your tomorrow, this is your future. Your kids will come and actually inherit that business if you succeed. So get a proper name for your business. Do not name a business after yourself and your girlfriend because you don't know whether you'll marry that girlfriend tomorrow. So try and come up with a good official name for your business. And we encourage you, especially in Kenya, that business has to be a liability company. So also watch out for your partners that you want to onboard in the business. We have been having issues after we get to the funding stage, and then people want to divide the money amongst themselves. Or one partner didn't participate in the program, and he wants to benefit from the investment. So watch out for your partner. It's not a permanent marriage when you come into a business. So be clear that the idea that you come with, you have two partners or three, that you have a shared common idea, and you're all going to participate in the business. But only one person will be allowed to represent the business during the application and during the training. And number three, about the bank account. The reach a stage where we need you to provide the foundation with your bank account. So we are encouraging that those countries that have UBA accounts, that you validate your account at UBA because funding is done through the United Bank of Africa, that is also part of the National Foundation, where funding will be disbursed. So during that time, also be careful who are going to be your signatories on your bank account. If you have an existing business and you're having challenges probably with your partner, make it clear right now. Probably you have to restart again alone or restart the relationship so that when we get there, because we have one entrepreneur who has issues after funding came in and they have separated or had issues with the partner and they could not access the funds because both of them were signatories to the account. Lastly, we are carrying out application drive. For example, in Kenya, we are doing both virtual and we are doing physical. So if you are having challenges and you want to have a face-to-face meeting with us, and we take you through step by step so that you can actually validate a good idea into the TEF program, then you are welcome to attend some of our programs, application drive. The key thing about application drive is to ensure we are having concrete businesses applying into the foundation. Profitable ideas, scalable ideas, sustainable ideas for Africa. So please, if you are free, join us so that you can be able to actually be trained on how to apply. And we are happy to say that last year, when we were trying to apply, last year in 2018, 2019, we had big numbers that came from physical application drive that qualified in the program. This is about luck, democratized luck. So it doesn't mean that once you apply, you automatically qualify. No, you'll only be lucky because your idea will be the most outstanding idea for you to be picked. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Dennis, for those insights. You're an expert now. You have highlighted some very, very key and important things. Definitely, name is important. There's always something in a name, it tells a story. So, yes, you want to encourage all applicants to pay close attention to the name that you do select for your business. However, you don't have to necessarily be 100% tied to that name. If you do select a name that you were happy with at one point, but later on, then down the line, you can change. But that first name, try to put as much effort and as much thought as possible into what you want to select for your business name. Then you also mentioned about the partners. Yes, that's very important as well. And you have to let the foundation know, once you go through the program and the training, that you do have partners, and there is some legal documentation later on that you will most likely have to sign regarding your partnerships and with your business. Then also about the bank accounts, that typically comes later on. But yes, Dennis, you're correct in mentioning that in areas where there is presence of UBA, we do request that applicants open that bank account so that they can receive their seed capital when it's time. You also mentioned about the physical application drive. So yes, thank you so much. I just want to commend both Dennis's in the house for all of the application drives that they've posted so far. They've been amazing, both virtually and physically. For the physical ones, yes, Dennis, you can share that information with us, and we can continue to promote the physical events that are happening. So if an applicant want, some more one-on-one interaction and support, we have that available through our wonderful hub leads. So thank you, Dennis. Dawn, do you have anything that you would like to also add before we go ahead and close?
Yes, actually, I'm going to address very important questions. I've been moving all over. Just recently, I came from Kampala. I was on a consulting job. I was in Kampala for 3 months. I just came 2 days ago. When I was there, I've been meeting with friends in Egypt. Everybody's asking me, is this foundation, is it a scam? Ladies and gentlemen, stop wasting your time. This foundation is not a scam. We have taken money. Look at how I shine. People are suffering with coronavirus, but for us, money still keep flowing. I used not to be what I was, So, Tony, TEF Foundation is not a scam and will never be a scam. You have the idea, you apply, you qualify, you are given the training, the money. If you still doubt me, I'll give you the statement of my EcoBank, how I received the money from TEF Foundation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's stop wasting time. This is not a scam. This is bread and butter. You are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Yes, so you're definitely right. This is real. This is not a joke. We are really impacting lives. We are really training thousands. We are really funding thousands. And you guys are both examples, shining examples of what can happen when you go through the program and you receive the training and receive the funding. You are able to actually kickstart and develop a thriving business. So I want to thank you both for your time today and for sharing your insights and for walking the applicants through a step-by-step guide of how they can actually apply, how they can get their business ideas into a reality through the program. So I'm going to close for today. And if anyone has any additional questions, if you have any comments or need any additional support through the application process, please give us an email at info@tfconnect.com and we'll respond to you as soon as possible. I want to wish everybody good luck. Applications close March 31st at 11:59 p.m. West African time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dennis. Both Dennis's in the house. I appreciate your time today. Thank you. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.